What are the 5 freedoms of the First Amendment?
Speech, religion, press, assembly, speech, press, religion, assembly. I don't know. What am I missing?
Redress or protest.
Okay.
Why is there one amendment that has these 5 freedoms clustered? Why do they hang together?
I don't know what you're getting at on that one. You mean like what is the common denominator?
Yeah, I mean, why I'm getting back to the same idea that the Bill of Rights was sort of an attempt to do public catechesis. It was an attempt to say, we already believe in limited government, we the founders. That's the brilliance of the miracle at Philadelphia, despite all the failures to live up to our ideals. But the 1787, 1788 conversation was to say, we believe in limited government because we believe in the limitless rights of people. And so they didn't have a Bill of Rights, but later when they started spelling it out, it's sort of like they got jazzed up trying to work this out for the American people. This is amazing stuff. And so I'm just wanting to hear you reflect a little bit on the glories of the First Amendment, even though it wasn't needed as a part of the structure at the beginning. Once they added it, why 5 of them in the same amendment?
I don't know why, actually, as a historical matter, those were grouped. I'm sure there's a story that I don't know there about why those appeared in the First Amendment altogether rather than being split up in different amendments. I mean, assembly and protest and speech bear more relation to one another than necessarily free exercise, say. But I think, they are in the First Amendment, and I think that reflects that those were core values, that reflects that the states who ratified the Constitution, the original Constitution, on the understanding that a Bill of Rights would be added, wanted protections like that to be included because they were really core to what the new Americans thought was going to be America.
Thank you. I agree with you, and I think that some of why it's so useful to think about the 5 together in my mind is because you don't really have freedom of religion if you don't also have freedom of assembly. If you can't gather with your co-religionists, you don't really have freedom of speech if you can't also publish your beliefs and advocate for them. You don't really have any of those freedoms if you can't protest times and seek the redress of grievances in times when government oversteps and tries to curtail any of those freedoms. And I think some of the important questions about judicial modesty in some of the last 3 days of hearings are very relevant and prudent to have had. But I also think there are